Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to unpack one of the absolute most provocative premises in the digital world right now. Look, if you use generative AI for work, for studying, or literally just everyday problem solving, this explainer is going to completely change how you look at your screen. Okay, let's dive right into the massive question at the very center of our source material. Which AI lied the most? Notice, it doesn't ask who's the fastest, right? Or who writes the absolute best code, or who has the coolest writing style. No, it goes straight for the jugular. It asks which of these hyper-intelligent systems is actually the most deceptive. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI honesty problem. Now, what's really fascinating here is that the source text doesn't ask if they just, made a mistake or if they had some temporary coding bug. It explicitly uses the word lied. And man, that carries a heavy implication of deception. When we think of lying, we normally think of a conscious human choice to obscure the truth. So by applying this deeply human term to an algorithm, our source material completely elevates a simple factual error into a major matter of trust and reliability. To truly grasp this, we really have to define what a lie actually means when a machine does it. Obviously, an AI doesn't have a human conscience. It's not sitting there plotting to trick you. But when it presents a convincing fabrication with absolute unwavering confidence, well, the end result for you, the user, is exactly the same as being lied to. We're dealing with machines engineered to sound incredibly authoritative, even when they're entirely wrong. And this brilliantly illustrates that we aren't just looking at a simple pass or fail system here. The phrase "the most" confirms we are dealing with a measurable, competitive spectrum of deception. It basically implies an accepted reality that all of these systems are going to produce falsehoods to some degree. So the investigative hook isn't discovering if they lie, but rather calculating the volume and frequency. Who pushes the boundary the furthest? Who generates the highest volume of fabricated truth? Moving right along to Section 2, meet the contenders. Our source material specifically calls out these three heavyweight models as the targets of the test: Claude, GPT, and Grok. These are definitely not some obscure experimental algorithms running on a laptop in a university basement somewhere. These are the absolute titans of the generative AI space. Millions of us rely on these exact platforms every single day to draft emails, analyze data, and summarize complex research. And by narrowing the field down to exactly these three minds, the experiment brilliantly removes all the noise of the broader tech landscape. There is simply nowhere to hide for the industry's biggest players. It forces a very concentrated, incredibly high-stakes evaluation. By putting Claude up against GPT and GPT against Grok, the premise inherently turns these tools into direct rivals. They're literally fighting for the title of the most or least truthful. It frames this test not just as some standard, boring technical benchmark, but as an intense rivalry. Because remember, each of these models was built by totally different engineering teams with totally different training philosophies. So this showdown really tests whose underlying architecture is the most grounded in reality. Which brings us to Section 3, defining the AI lie. I really want you to ask yourself something. When Claude or GPT or Grok gives you a wrong answer, are they just hallucinating data? Or does the framing of our source text suggest something a bit more intentional? In the tech industry, we love to use the word hallucination to kind of soften the blow. It makes the AI sound almost innocent, right? Like it's just daydreaming. But is that really accurate when the result can completely derail your entire workday? Using the word lied completely changes our relationship with these three models. It transforms us from just passive, everyday users into active investigators. It challenges us to stop giving the AI the benefit of the doubt all the time. Look, when a machine produces a perfect, grammatically flawless paragraph that is entirely made up of fake information, treating it as a lie forces us to hold the tool, and honestly, its developers, accountable. This breaks down perfectly how a lie separates itself from just mere technical errors. A glitch, that's just a broken line of code. A hallucination is generating false data. But the lie, that is the measurable metric of deception that Claude, GPT, and Grok are actually being judged on here. And that is exactly what makes this specific framework so groundbreaking. All right, Section 4, the ultimate test. To really test Claude, GPT, and Grok, we conceptually follow these three rigorous steps to flush out the deception. First, you ask the exact same carefully crafted question to all three rivals. Second, you gather up their responses and compare the outputs side by side. And third, you meticulously sift through all that confident phrasing to catch the lie. Basically, it's a systematic trap designed specifically for digital minds. And this whole process builds this incredible, rapid timeline of a single prompt. It starts at millisecond 1 when the prompt is given. By millisecond 500, the AI is already processing through its neural pathways. At 1,000 milliseconds, boom, the output hits your screen. And finally, the absolute most vital step, truth evaluated. The deception happens in the literal blink of an eye, but as investigators, we have to slow the tape down to evaluate the real facts. A test of this magnitude really forces us to compare the blind output given by Claude, GPT, or Grok directly against cold, verified truth. You can't just read the AI's answer, nod your head, and move on anymore. You have to extract what the machine claims, strip away its perfectly formatted bullet points, and place it right next to undeniable, real-world facts. And ultimately, testing which AI lied the most gives us a measurable ranking. Every single fabricated fact pushes a contender higher up the board. Which AI hits the top? Does one struggle way more with historical facts while another totally fails at math? The whole point of this showdown is to quantify those exact vulnerabilities. If we zoom out and look at the total pool of answers from all three models combined, we have to carve out exactly what percentage were actual truths versus outright lies. Because think about it, if the proportion of lies gets too large across the board, it fundamentally alerts us to a major systemic flaw in how we are interacting with this technology as a whole. Finally, Section 5, who can you trust? Here is why this whole explainer matters for you. Knowing that Claude, GPT, and Grok can actually be tested for lying means we can never, ever accept their outputs blindly again. The models are actively tested against each other. Deception is now a measurable metric, and nobody's immune. They all face the exact same rigorous scrutiny. At the end of the day, you must act as the final human fact-checker. The entire premise of our source material reminds us of one crucial thing. In the age of generative AI, trust has to be earned through rigorous comparative testing. Just because a platform has a really sleek interface and types out answers super fast doesn't mean it has earned your absolute trust. Trust is tested, it's verified, and it's measured. It is never automatically granted to a machine. So I want to leave you with this final thought to ponder as we wrap up our investigation today. The next time you open up one of these tools, knowing full well they've been tested for deception in a head-to-head showdown, who are you going to trust with your next prompt? Is it going to be Claude, GPT, or Grok? Keep a sharp eye on those outputs, stay incredibly curious, and please never stop questioning the machine. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it completely changes how you interact with AI moving forward.